So this is one of the most controversial documentaries of the 1970s, an Academy Award winner, and the process of this was this. The participants in the program were alleged to have created more crime and gone on to more criminal intent than was first realized. Of course, we're talking about the controversial hour-long documentary Scared Straight. Now, this came out in '78, directed by Arnold Shapiro, now rated by Peter Falk of Columbo fame. The subject of the documentary is a group of juvenile delinquents in a 3-hour session with actual convicts. Filmed at the infamous Rahway State Prison, a group of inmates known as the Lifers berate, scream at, and terrify the young offenders in an attempt to scare them straight so those teenagers will avoid prison life. The documentary aired on television in the late '70s uncensored. It also marked the first time that certain curse words were broadcast on many networks. Some broadcasters, an example being CFQC, a CTV network affiliate in Canada, added locally produced segments in which experts discussed both the content of the documentary and the rationale behind airing it uncensored. The documentary received several awards, including the Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature at the '79 Oscars. It found that most of the participants did not reoffend. However, studies that compared and evaluated the effects of various Scared Straight programs against a control group have concluded that they increase the likelihood of participants later committing crime. Now, produced by Golden West Television, directed, written, and produced by Shapiro, with cinematography by William Moffat. Now, teenagers in this documentary and the 1980 sequel, Scared Straight, Another Story, range from 15 to 19-year-old repeat offenders of crimes ranging from petty theft, drug addiction, public intoxication to gambling, counterfeiting, and racketeering. None of the graduates of the original documentary have since been convicted of felony, except for Angelo Pizzali, who in 2010 was convicted and sentenced to 25 years in prison for the rape and murder of his neighbor in 1982, 4 years after the film was made. Now, most were for the tri-state, which is the Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York area, and agreed to participate in the experience in lieu of jail time and or probation public service. The producers asked for a range of youth that came from poor inner-city neighborhoods to the affluent suburbs of New York City. The lifers featured in the film were primarily convicted of murder, while others were in for armed robbery and some committed both. Now, one of the actions seen in the film, commonly done in the prison, forces the juvenile to take off their shoes, either by themselves or by the lifers, pulling them off the juvenile's feet and throwing them in a mixed pile as a lesson about stealing from somebody. Now, at film's end, the teenagers say they decided they do not want to end up in jail. The film ends with a roll call of the teens, revealing that most were scared straight, though a few were said to have reoffended. Now, it won Academy Award for Best Documentary Film in Feature in '78. It also won Emmy Awards for Outstanding Individual Achievement Informational Program and Outstanding Informational Program. Scared Straight also won the '78 George Polk Awards for Film Documentary. Now, the Academy Film Archive preserved Scared Straight in 2007. Now, the original Scared Straight was followed by a really rough film, dramatized film, Scared Straight, Another Story, which came in 1980. Scared Straight 10 years later on 1987, and on MTV and UPN, Scared Straight 20 years later, 1999. Now, in January 2011, A&E introduced a new series Beyond Scared Straight, executive produced by Shapiro and Paul Coyne. According to the A&E website profile for the series, each one-hour episode focuses on a different inmate-run program in the U.S. Now, on February 1st, 2011, the Juvenile Justice Information Exchange reported that one of the graduates of the original Scared Straight program at Rahway, Angelo Spizzali, later became a convicted felon. Now, this was 28 years after he committed the offense when he was convicted. Now, in Scared Straight, 20 years later, Spizzali claimed that Scared Straight experience changed him, although he admitted in the film that he had failed to lead a straight life. I broke the law 3 times after I visited Rahway, twice right after, still at the age of 17 and 18, and then about 5 years later. I did 15 days in a county jail for disorderly conduct. He was later arrested for shoplifting in 2005, and a DNA sample linked him to the 82 cold case rape murder that led to his imprisonment. A New Jersey law enforcement source has confirmed that Spizzali is the same person who appeared in both documentaries. Now, As a result of film, many states introduced scared straight programs in an attempt to rehabilitate young delinquents. In April 78, James Finkenhauer, a professor of the Rutgers School of Criminal Justice, began a test of the scared straight program using a control group, something had not been done previously. His study concluded that children who attended Rahway were more likely to commit crimes than those who did not. Now, a meta-analysis of the results of a number of scared straight and similar programs found that he actively increased crime rates and led to higher reoffense rates compared to control groups that did not receive the intervention. The cause of the increases in crime is not clear. The UK College of Policing agrees that there is very strong quality evidence that scared straight programs cause an increase in crime. Now, see, that's been controversial for years, and I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. Because it just seemed that criminals will breed criminals, or criminals will be attracted to criminals. And some people genetically are more predisposed to crime, especially the inner city. So maybe the TV show itself was a good experiment, but it didn't work. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you go online, the original version of Scare Straight is for free. But Arnold Shapiro, the director of the show, did numerous reality shows through the years, including Rescue 911 with William Shatner, Big Brother, first few seasons, and Brad Camp, and various shows. Now, Shapiro's most recent documentary series have been Homeland Security USA for ABC, If You Really Knew Me for MTV, and Beyond Scared Straight for A&E. Among his 100-plus awards are 16 Emmys, Academy Award, the George Foster Peabody Award, the People's Choice Award, Tree Humanities Prizes, the Television Academy's Governor's Award, and the Career Achievement Award from the International Documentary Association. Now, Shapiro is a native of LA and a graduate of UCLA. After a 52-year career, he retired in 2016. Now, according to published reports, Arnold Shapiro Productions has produced programs for all the broadcast networks and, get this, 14 cable channels. So, again, controversy, and there was no indication why Peter Falk really got involved. I don't know if he was like a paid participant or a spokesman, but it gave some legitimacy for sure, because Columbo spent most of his career, in show fighting crime. I don't think people that watch a show really knew what the later results were going to be, but at the time, this was way before the current reality show thing, and it was kind of shocking. And a lot of people were following the Rahway because there was boxers from there, James Scott, and Rahway was sort of like a prison that was known to be one of the worst in the States and Canada. So to see these people and to see the profanity and everything that was used was quite shocking. So it is part of TV and movie history, good or bad, yet to be determined. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of Scared Straight. If you like what you're doing here with our media reviews, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.